And it shows a picture where they used to be dark and then they start whitening the paintings up. Remember King Charles, because he's going to be a major player in Prester John 163. Holy Roman Emperor. I mean Romani, because the Roman is the Romani. I say remember the word Romani. It's the Hebrew word of the day. You already know they changed this image to some Caucasian now, right? I mean, just go look up King Charles V and look for yourself. But you'll see the iconoclasm happening right on the walls of the Inca Museum, the Inca emperors in the Larca Museum in Lima, Peru. These are all the Spaniards, but look how they started whitening up the images. They're whitening up the images. This is the breaking of images. But you see old Charles right here and all the copper-colored natives, the Inca, the Nagas, the NG, the Nagas, and this is Charles E. Boy. Back again for another one. And what did Charles have to do with Prester John? I mean, all this connects, man. All this connects. Just, I don't know how we're going to get to the finish line, but we got a lot of drop that's going to, connect if you're just patient enough just to chill out, man. We're doing this for the Aqua Nitzia. Halal HaWah. We're about to get to some Jeremiah and some Baruch. Out the Spectrum, or Speculum, a journal of medieval studies, volume, 28, July 1953, the historical Prester John. By Charles E. Nowell. Man or myth, Prester John played a great role from the 12th century until well after the discovery of America. He was an established part of the European pattern of thought. Managa, this so-called black man is an established part of these Europeans' pattern of thought. And when I say European, don't think about no white man. Think about that image we just showed you of Charles. In this panel from the painting in the Larca Museum in Lima, Peru, that depicts the Inca emperors and the subsequent European emperors of the Inca. Man. This is the subsequent European emperor. So when I say European, they are swarthy, like Benjamin Franklin told us in the Observations of Mankind, 1751. This is the European. This is the Roman emperor. I mean, Rimmon, right? Rimmon. They stole the title Rimmon and gave it to Charles because he stole the Khan. Holy Roman Emperor Charles V stole the Khan from the indigenous Khans. But Prester John was on his mind, man. He was on the mind bone of Charles, black ass Charles, man. And he was an established part of the European pattern of thought as a potential Christian ally in the rear of the Muslim foe. Do y'all believe that cover story? Look at the cover story they're giving us today. And shout out to my Nagas in Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? All throughout, you know what I'm saying, the areas, man. And all my Nagas, man, in Nigeria, going through these invasions in real time. Shout out to my Somalia Nagas going through these invasions in real time. Shout out to my American Nagas. We still being invaded in real time. They got National Guard on our street going crazy. They give a cover story. Oh, we're there to help. We're there to be the hero. We're there to be the hero. They're saying we're gonna invade these people because we're gonna look for a Christian ally. You're looking for King David to steal the kingdom, to steal the cities of gold. Now we got a gold rush happening, right? Now we got a gold rush happening, right? He figured in plans for the later crusades. So Prester John is the reason for the crusades, man. But you don't want to talk about him. You think Drop is overdropping? You think I'm overdropping, but he's an established part in the European pattern of thought. He's in the mind of the hijack as an established pattern, but you're not thinking about your priest king? You must be thoughtless. You're not searching for HaWah and Dawi, Hosea 3. You must be thoughtless. He figured in plans for the Crusades and thus had a place in European ideas of world strategy by entering the calculations of both Henry the Navigator and Columbus. He helped to inspire the great geographical discoveries. A black man, an Israelite king, helped inspire, or was the precise reason for the invasion. They say geographical discoveries. That's what the hijack would say today. We're discovering things in Nigeria, in Somalia. We're discovering things in Venezuela. Oh, there's oil. Wow, there's resources. Wow, minerals. There's Mount Roraima, tree of life right there. Source of the Amazon, source of the Orinoco flow that Columbus said must be flowing out of terrestrial paradise. Yeah, I'm talking the Orinoco River, which comes out of Mount Roraima right there near Venezuela. He's taken over prime Eden real estate. You know what I'm saying? This is happening right in our face. And they've been doing this specifically searching for the kingdom of Israel, the promised land, Cathay, India Superior, Asia Major, Grand Tartary. By entering the calculations of both Henry the Navigator and Columbus, he helped to inspire the great geographical invasion. They say discovery. Still later, amid conditions that had ceased to be medieval, he was a factor in the hopes and plans of Emperor Charles V. He was a factor, my nigga, in the plans of Charles V. Oh, haughty-eyed Charles got Prester on his mind. I said, who? It's Prester John. We're talking Russian icons. Why they call it the Russian icons? Because you're talking about the House of Rus. Rus, Shia, Shishia, XIA. The Shishia. What they call in the Mongol histories, man, the ones that comes from the land of purity. The Shi are the Almec. They call themselves the Shi, XI. I'm talking Shia, Shishia. Or you, my naga. You. Look at these Almec heads. They are you. That's a painting of King David before they iconoclasted it. That's who he's looking for. Who is Prestige, huh? So one so-called black man is looking for another so-called black man because this is a black on black, tribal war happening, and more just means great. So it was real greats versus pretend to be greats, you know what I mean? The real Arab versus the pretending Arabs, you know what I'm saying? The propers versus the pretenders, man. Who is Prestige? This is what we always look like here in America. You see these buildings in the back? We built them. We didn't need to be civilized. They came and found a kingdom. They came and found us in the promised land, which is why Doomed Verses says that they can subjugate, subdue us, and take all our kingdoms, dukedoms, principalities, goods, movable and immovable, right?